Hello, this is Flights in Asia, and in this video, we'll be heading to Hong Kong, where now, as a city and its aviation industry continues to recover following the COVID-19 pandemic, Hong Kong Airlines is now looking to expand and resume its long-haul flight operations. Recently, Hong Kong Airlines has revealed plans to resume long-haul flights with a focus on North America, with a planned restart set for next year, 2025, after suspending them previously due to financial difficulties and also due to the pandemic. While its network covers destinations in China and the region, Hong Kong Airlines, which first started as an HNA group carrier in 2006, previously operated all business class flights to London Gatwick in the early 2010s using Airbus A330s. Then with the addition of 6 wide-body aircraft starting in 2017, before the 2020s, the airline used those aircraft to operate flights to Los Angeles, San Francisco, Vancouver, before suspending it due to the financial troubles in 2019, which very much threatened the existence of the airline. As the airline did go through a restructuring program, the COVID-19 pandemic would make the situation worse as borders were closed, and with no long-haul network, Hong Kong Airlines would store those 6 Airbus A350s, and eventually those aircraft were sold to other airlines. Now, around 5 years later, Hong Kong Airlines is taking a step back into launching long-haul routes, starting with Australia. Recently, Hong Kong Airlines announced it would operate a seasonal service between Hong Kong and the Gold Coast, Australia during the start of 2025, between January 17 to February 15. Using Airbus A330 aircraft, it will mark the return of the airline to Australia after previously operating flights to Cairns in northern Queensland. The seasonal service is timed during the Chinese Lunar New Year period and will be catered to the Chinese market, where, in addition to the connecting travel market, this route is the first direct air link from Hong Kong to the Gold Coast in 6 years. As it announced the new Hong Kong Gold Coast seasonal service, Hong Kong Airlines CEO Jeff Jianfeng stated the airline is now targeting to launch flights to North American destinations, specifically to Vancouver, Toronto, Los Angeles, and Seattle. In a statement, he said, quote, "We are delighted to be the first Hong Kong carrier to bring back this highly anticipated Australian route for our passengers. The route launch will mark our first step back into the long-haul market as we are gradually introducing more aircraft to support the expansion of our network. This includes actively exploring a return to the North American market, with routes to Vancouver, Toronto, Los Angeles, and Seattle under consideration, to provide passengers with more international and diverse travel options." Should Hong Kong Airlines launch these routes, it would mark the return for the airline to Vancouver and Los Angeles, while introducing first time its own flights to Seattle and Toronto. As Jianfeng mentioned, Hong Kong Airlines will require more aircraft to support its expansion plans, especially requiring longer-range wide-body aircraft to support the long-haul flight operations. Currently, the airline has 30 Airbus aircraft, including the narrow-body A320s and the A321s, while the wide-body fleet is comprised of 15 A330s. While with a high capacity, the A330s do not have the range to meet the needs for the longer flight operations. So, according to a report from Reuters, the airline is studying the acquisition of 3 Boeing 787s to support its plans for the long-haul flight relaunch. After the financial troubles and the pandemic, which nearly crippled the airline to collapse years ago, Hong Kong Airlines is now on the road to recovery, and these new routes could take advantage of financial incentive programs provided by the Hong Kong airport for new routes, especially to target markets that the airline could be launching with these long-haul flights. However, as a hub, Hong Kong is still playing catch-up in passenger traffic compared to some of its neighboring air hubs. So for the success of Hong Kong Airlines long-haul operations, while it has sustained regional flights, would also be the attractiveness of Hong Kong as a transit hub. What are your thoughts on Hong Kong Airlines' plans to resume long-haul flights? I definitely would love to hear your take on this, though in the meantime, this has been Flights in Asia. Thank you for watching and have a great day.